Hey guys, welcome back. I hope you're all good. So in today's video, we're going to be reviewing the new Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette. I say new, obviously I know it's been around in the US for a little while now. Beauty Bay have just started stocking it here in the UK. I managed to get my hands on this a few days ago and I posted about it on my Instagram stories and I got so many messages from you guys asking if I could review it, do a first impressions, do some swatches. So that is what I thought we could do today. I have no idea what kind of look I'm going to create. There are so many colors to choose from. So let's just see what happens. So I won't bore you guys too much with the details because I'm sure a lot of you are already very familiar with this palette, but Jaclyn Hill is a massive YouTuber. She has millions of subscribers and she teamed up with Morphe to create this palette. You get 35 shades in the palette, which is very standard for Morphe. You get a mixture of mattes and shimmers. It kind of looks like it's about half and half. And as you can see, you've got some pops of color, you've got some neutrals and also some warm tones. Morphe is an American brand. It's considered fairly affordable over there. Over here, it's still quite affordable. It is just a little bit more expensive. This palette, which I believe normally the Morphe palettes retail for around about £25-ish. This one retails for 35, so it is a little bit up there in price. Don't quote me on it, but I think the reason that this palette is a bit more expensive, obviously you have got Jaclyn's name on it, which sometimes does bump up the price, but I believe these are all brand new shades and I think they're all individually formulated. Generally speaking, I like Morphe eyeshadows. I have two palettes. I have the 35OM and I also have the really colourful one, but I forget what it's called. I don't really tend to reach for them that often. I mean, they're not my like go-to favourite eyeshadows of all time, but for the money, they are quite good. But yeah, like I said, apparently the formula of these are meant to be even better than the other palettes, so I guess I'm just going to go ahead and swatch a couple. Let's see, let's swatch this one down here. I think I'm definitely going to have to use like one of these colours at least. That is actually very impressive. And let's go for, maybe I'll do two mattes and two shimmers. Let's actually do this black down here. Okay, well, I'm actually kind of impressed by that. Let's also do this shade up here. Nice. And then should we just do this like shimmery blue as well? Nice. Okay, I'm actually a lot more impressed with these than the usual formula of Morphe. Let's just swatch those there. Oh yeah, that's not actually bad considering those two especially are mattes. They're quite pigmented. So like I said, I'm sure a lot of you guys are already very familiar with this palette, so I'm not going to go too in depth with the swatches. I will have quickly do like a cutaway of the first row of swatches. So on the first row, you've got a lot of neutrals, you've got 5 shimmers and then 2 mattes. Then we'll move on to the second row. So as you can see, we've got 5 mattes and 2 shimmers. I'd say a lot of the mattes are what I would probably consider as transition shades, and then obviously you've got the 2 shimmers on the side as well. On the third row, you've got 4 shimmers and 3 mattes. Again, these are all quite warm tone. You've got a few more neutral shimmers in there as well. The next row has 5 shimmers and 2 mattes, and as you can see, you've got the dark blue and the dark purple in there, and the rest are kind of like neutral brown shimmers and mattes. And then the last row, you've got 5 mattes and 2 shimmers. As you can see, you've got the 2 turquoise shades. You've also got kind of like an olive green and an olive green shimmer, and then you've got a lot of neutrals, and you've got your black as well. Okay, so that's all the boring stuff out of the way. Let's go ahead and chuck this on my face. So as you might be able to see, I've already primed my lids. I just used the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer, and I also just used like my regular face powder. I don't actually think, looking at it, we have any kind of eyeshadow to kind of set the lid. I believe the only colours that we have are shimmers, so that's maybe one thing to note. You probably would just need to like set your eyeshadow in place with like a translucent powder. Obviously, if you are darker skin, then you could probably get away with one of these shades, but it doesn't have like a matte cream shade. But that's not a problem for me. I usually tend to just use my face powder to set my lids in place anyway. So what I'm just going to do first is take this middle shade on the top row and just blend that into my crease, just as I normally would. Ooh. Yeah, on like first impressions, these actually seem a lot more pigmented than like the standard Morphe shadows. And then just using the same brush, I'm going to take this middle shade on the second row. I think they do have names, but I don't know what they are, so I'm just going to kind of refer to them as how they look. And I'm just going to pop that slightly under my crease just to kind of warm it up a little bit. Yeah, that blends out nicely as well. So next, I think I'm going to go in with, again, this middle shade, but on the third row, and just kind of pick up some of that. And I'm going to work that into the crease as well, just because I kind of want to warm the crease up. Ooh, yeah, I like that colour. Next, what shall we do? I think I'm going to take one of these deeper colours down here. So I'm just going to go in with a smaller fluffy brush. And I think I'm going to take that dark brown to start off with. I can definitely see that these are a lot more pigmented than the regular shadows that they do. Just kind of pop that there messily for a minute and then go back in with my fluffy brush to kind of blend that in a little bit more. I then think I'm gonna take this matte color here, so the one next to the kind of red shade we used a second ago. It's kind of a bit more of like a burgundy color, and just blend that over the top again, slightly in the crease, just again to kind of warm everything up a little bit more. Just wing that out slightly, just so it kind of lifts my eye a little bit. I've got slightly downturned eyes, so if I do that, it'll kind of just make my eyes look a little bit more almond shaped. Next, I think what I'm actually gonna do is take this color again, just on a slightly smaller fluffy brush, and kind of bring it in a little bit. Because I think I want to put maybe like that turquoise or something right on the inner corner. So then I think I'm going to take this matte turquoise shade to start off with. I think I'm going to add, I think I'm going to add the shimmers in a little bit maybe. I might even do a cut crease. That might be a mistake, but I might do it anyway. So I think I'm just going to, yes, I love this. This is literally like when I saw this palette just on like a picture, these two colors are what I was like drawn to. I don't know why, I just love like greens and blues so much. That's actually way more pigmented than I thought it was going to be. Just need to kind of blend that in. There's barely any fallout so far as well. And normally I get a lot of fallout with like greeny coloured shades. Then I'm going to take another small fluffy brush and I'm going to go in with this shimmer turquoise shade. And kind of pack that on the inner corner. I just want to see how that's going to look for a second. Oh yeah. Oh my god, I am obsessed with this colour. And I think what I'm going to do is create a bit of like a half cut crease, so kind of cut it to about here, and then we'll put some shimmers on the top or something. I swear, some people just have the best eye shape for cut creases. I am not one of those people. Next, I think I want to use some sort of shimmer. I feel like maybe this colour. So I'm just going to take that on a flat brush. This is just the blank canvas E33 and E32. It's like the double-ended one. And I think I'm just going to pack that on the inner part of the lid to start off with. I just switched my brush up because this one seems to be applying it a bit better. Kind of like that. I kind of want to wet them because I feel like it'll make it look more foiled. Shall we try it? Yeah, that works really well. I think I prefer it when it's more like a foil. I then think I'm going to take this shimmer shade here, and again on the same wet brush. And I'm just going to pack that kind of over the centre of my lid and kind of blend it into the outer part a little bit more. A little bit of fallout with these, but barely anything. Then what I'm going to do, because I don't want it to look too cut creasy around the outer part of my lid, I'm going to take this colour again and just run that through my crease on the outer part of my lid to start off with. Then I think I'm going to go back in with this colour here, again just to kind of build it up on the outer corner again, just because we did shear that out a little bit. Then I really do just want to go ahead and like chuck these two on my lower lash line as well. Fuck it, let's do it. Cannot get over how pigmented that colour is. I'm just going to kind of bring it around and kind of wing it out a little bit. And I think while I'm here as well, I don't want it to look like too cut creasy on the inner corner, so I think I'm going to drag a little bit more of that turquoise kind of on the inner corner a little bit. Then I'm going to go back in with our favourite transition shade, just that kind of warm tone brown, and I'm going to work that a little bit more over my crease. I'm only doing it really lightly though, because I don't want it to be like a full-on harsh line cut crease, but I don't want to lose the line completely. I think I'm then actually going to take this kind of matte olive green colour, just because I want to use the black, but I feel like it'll be, there goes the earring again, I feel like it'll be too dark for this look, like a little bit too much. So I think if I go for like the olive green, it'll kind of complement it a little bit better. And again, I'm just going to stamp that on the outer corner. And I think kind of bring it down a little bit as well, just kind of connect it to my lower lash line a little bit. I don't think I'm going to do wing liner with this, I think it'll be too much, so I'm just going to try and wing my eyes out a little bit with the shadow instead. Then I'm going to take the kind of turquoise shimmer colour and run that on my lower lash line as well. Just going to kind of focus it on the inner corner a little bit more. I'm then going to take, I think, this colour up here just on a little flat brush and just highlight my brow bone a little bit with it. Oh my god, that is intense. Next, I'm going to take this liner from Marc Jacobs. This one is in the shade Whirlpool. Looks like this. The Marc Jacobs liners are so expensive, but they're so good. Yeah, that's nice. And these, by the way, do not budge. Then I'm going to take my The Balm Mad Lash Mascara and I'm just going to apply this to my top and bottom lashes. I think this look warrants some falsies today. So for lashes, I'm just using these bad boys. These are the Classy Lashes in the style Princess. I've used them a few times before and they kind of just give you like a winged effect. plop these bad boys on. Just kind of wait for those to dry a little bit more, and then I'll give them a good old squish. Okay, so I'm pretty happy with how that eye looks. I think I'm gonna go off camera and do this eye, and then I will be right back. Okay guys, so this is the finished look. I did take my hoops out, thought it was a little bit much, you know, with the green eyeshadow and the big gold hoops, and I did also add a nude lip. This is a mixture of the Ciate Liquid Velvet in Bittersweet and also a little bit of Jeffree Star Hunty kind of in the center and blended out. So now let's move on to my thoughts on the eyeshadow palette. Now, I might go as far as saying that this could potentially be one of my new favorite everyday eyeshadow palettes. Like I said, I have tried Morphe eyeshadow palettes before and I do like them. They're just not my favorite eyeshadows to use. But this is literally like one of my favorite formulas that I've come across in a really, really long time. I mean, the pigmentation on these shadows is just so ridiculous. I was actually thinking I was gonna end this video telling you guys that yeah, it's nice, but it's not nice enough for £37. But I actually think this is worth the £37. I think you get a really nice mixture of different colors and obviously different shimmers and mattes. I mean, just looking at it, there are so many different things you could do with this palette. I mean, right now I'm looking at this kind of like canary yellow, orange color and this blue here. I think that could make a really, really nice look. And yeah, overall, I think it's a bloody good palette. So if you guys were looking for like a new kind of everyday palette with a few pops of colors so you can kind of mix it up a little bit, then I definitely say it's actually worth the money. Alright you guys, so those are my thoughts on the Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette. Let me know if you've tried it in the comment section down below or if you're going to be picking it up. Also let me know what you think of this makeup look, and if there are any colours you want me to kind of focus the look around, then let me know down below. As always, if you guys enjoyed this video, then please do give it a big thumbs up and subscribe if you do want to see more of me, because as you all know by now, I upload all the damn time. But apart from that, that's it from me. I love you guys and I will see you in the next one. Bye.